Telling our coaches about the nutrition program and getting everyone on the same page as far as your staff is concerned is going to be really important and a key factor with the success of your program. So we want to make sure everyone's on the same page. I would recommend talking about it in a staff meeting, sending out an email to everyone, letting them know about the nutrition program, letting them see some of the different things. Even having some of your coaches try it themselves would be really important so that they can relate to potential members and clients signing up for the program. What are some main things that we want to talk about as far as telling our coaches? Number one, that we're offering customized plans that people can implement into their lifestyle based on what they're doing now. It's an education-based program, teaching behavior modification, accountability. We're there every step of the way. If your staff is excited about the program and announcing it during classes and talking about it with your members, you'll get people excited about the program too. But if you have one or two staff members that aren't really excited about the program or aren't really on board, then it might be a little bit tougher for you to get the ball rolling. So getting everyone on the same page is going to be really important. Another thing that we want to talk about, when I was going to CrossFit a lot over the past couple years, a lot of people were pushing paleo and pushing paleo challenges and Whole30 challenges. While those are great and it really brings us to the foundations and cutting out a lot of processed foods, which is always good, they're really extreme. And a lot of people that do these challenges end up resorting back to old habits right after. So that's why it's important when after we do these challenges that we convert people to ongoing coaching. And it's important that we're teaching, it's an education-based program so that people can understand why they're doing something, not just telling them to do it. So as far as paleo is concerned, when you look at a lot of athletes, and let me backtrack, I did paleo for about 8 months when I first started CrossFit. When I was going through master's program, I didn't have much energy because I wasn't having a lot of carbohydrates. Our body's main source of fuel is carbohydrates, so we need to incorporate those. When you look at paleo, we're cutting out, so it's hard to implement this long term when you go out to eat. If you're strict paleo, it's tough because you can't have any of these sauces or you don't know what they're seasoning with because that might not be paleo. If we're teaching people more about the foundations and teaching people about making sure we're having moderation and making sure that we're pairing proteins and carbohydrates and fats and which carbohydrates to choose, which proteins to choose, which fats to really focus on, that's going to be more successful long term. When I look at the foundations of the nutrition program here, if you take the basic principles of cutting out a lot of the processed foods with paleo, that's important. We definitely recommend doing that and focusing on whole foods and shopping the perimeter of the grocery store because that's where all of our fruits and vegetables are, our lean meats are. When you look at the zone diet and you look at making sure that we're having the optimal percentages of protein, carbohydrates, and fats to optimize hormone levels, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility in what types of foods to choose, that is really more of what this program is geared towards. Yes, of course, we're focusing on more paleo-friendly foods, but we are focusing more on those percentages of 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat. It's going to be easy for your clients to understand this because all you're doing is teaching them about portion sizes and making sure that their portion sizes are correct and plugging in their food and logging their food into MyFitnessPal so that they have an extra step of accountability. You'd be surprised with how many people will turn away from eating the chocolate or going through Dairy Queen or something because they know that they're going to have to log that food. So having people log foods, that extra step of accountability, that's really, really important. Telling our coaches about that. Telling our coaches about how it's really teaching about lifestyle changes and helping people achieve their goals now, but really long-term disease prevention and making sure this is a lifestyle for them and their families. I can tell you I have twin 5-year-olds, and my husband and the twin 5-year-olds and me, we all eat the same way. We eat exactly the same way that I tell all of my clients, and you'll be telling your clients to eat, which is important because if you're doing it yourself and you know how it feels, it'll be easier for you to relate to your clients for them to have success. So try it yourself. Have your coaches try it themselves so that they're easily able to relate to the program and relate to your clients when they start implementing it.